Liquor Talk, brand new episode for the ladies and gentlemen, starts right now. Welcome everybody to another edition of the Liquor Talk podcast. I'm your man Victor, and for those of you out there listening to this, it is Christmas time, so I just want to wish everybody a happy holidays, whether it's Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate anything, please shut the fuck up and let people enjoy their damn holidays. Please do. I don't want to hear nobody being a goddamn Grinch. Let the people enjoy your holidays because some of y'all asses still believe that your spouse is still a decent human being. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and introduce the guest. I got her over here cracking up. Broadcasting out of New York, ladies and gentlemen. She's the host of the Exes Anonymous podcast, where you go on her podcast to talk about your goddamn ex. It's the beautiful Isis. Make her first ever guest appearance. And if she's doing it right here on the Liquor Talk, I appreciate you, Isis. And you can check out your boy on her podcast some point during January. I don't know when, y'all.
It's coming so I took a hiatus because everybody who has a podcast, they take a hiatus, right? Because that's like but that's what happens, right? But I'm so excited to bring you into the new year. Technically you're supposed to be anonymous, but are you kidding me? Like, everybody can recognize your voice and your energy. They're gonna know who you are, like, automatically. So I have no problem, and I feel like the type of transparency that you had in your episode, like, everybody needs to hear that. For real.
Yes, I can't wait for you to drop it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is.
That's a fact.
The one thing I learned about listening to your podcast stuff, I tell all the people out there who done appeared on it, shout out to all of them, because it takes guts to talk about it. And also, that's a sign you done healed from your goddamn ex. If you can get on somebody's podcast and talk about it and realize where you went wrong and you're talking about it, that's a great sign. But I'm gonna let you tell the people about your podcast.
That's a fact. There's a certain level of maturity that you have to have when you come onto the show, because like you can tell when someone's still hurt and they back, and then you can tell the people who have completely evolved and they're moving forward. Again, just like Victor said, hey y'all, my name is Isis. I am the host of the Exes Anonymous podcast. You can find me on Anchor or anywhere that you stream podcast episodes. Essentially, I interview people who have ex stories. Everybody and their mama have an ex story, something that they learned, something that they were jaded by about an ex story, like about an ex, and it's so healing to kind of get that off your chest. So I created this platform to kind of say, like, hey, you've been through this shit too. Like, let's talk, and we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, how you guys met, what were the things that made you like connect to that person? What were the red flags that you ignored? What were the green flags? Like, what were the lessons that were learned? And it's just been such a dope process to like hear everybody's journey, especially yours. And it was just really dope. Like, and I'm so happy that I kind of created this platform. And I know that everybody named Mama has been cursing me out since, because I took a break all the way in July, and I said I was going to bring episodes back. But when you transition to a new job and then you think you can deliver on episodes in terms of editing every single week, that's so unrealistic. So you have to pace yourself. And then on top of that, my ex was helping me with my Exes Anonymous podcast episode. So you already know that was complicated, and collected all that together and a few more things as well, including family passing, all of that. I needed to take that break and just kind of like honor myself. But next year is looking toxic, boy. Next year is looking problematic. Next year is looking hella crazy for all these Exes episodes. I cannot wait for y'all to hear them.
Listen, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sorry about your losses, but I'm pretty sure that was awkward for you to have your ex editing your podcast. I'm like, that has to be awkward.
It's so funny. The reason I even started the podcast was because, there was a particular individual I was in a relationship with last year, and it was by far the best and the worst relationship I've ever been in. Mind you, I've been married. So for me saying that, like, this particular individual who I was not married to, he literally was like the best and worst relationship I've ever been in. And from that, I was going through such a deep time, dark time. And I said, let me go lean on my friends. And I was like, yo, like, have you been through this? Have you gone through this? Is it just me? Like I don't really have that much experience dating, so this is crazy. Like, can you like, and everybody was like, yo, I've been through this. Like, I've had an ex who cheated on me, and I had an ex who did this, and I had an ex who did that. And I was just like, oh, we people need to hear this. It's not just me. Okay, great. I'm not going crazy. And I just created like these conversations where I'm able to have like genuine, transparent, and vulnerable conversations saying like, okay, this is where I messed up at, and this is where like I could have like done better. And it's just been so dope. So dope. It's been such a cool experience.
Yes, I can tell you having fun with it. So, what's the biggest thing you've learned just from talking to everybody? What's the biggest thing you've learned so far about people when they talk about their exes?
Um the basics are the basics. Like there's always going to be a really high, strong high point, and there's going to be a strong low point. And then like from there, the story kind of tells itself. So me as the person who's the host and just like listening to the stories, I shut the fuck up. I listen to them and I see what they're talking about. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is to sit back and let that person open up. Just shut up and listen, because that's really what people need. Sometimes people just want to be heard, people want to be understood. And it's and the fact that they're able to do this in a way that can actually affect other people and bring healing to other people, it's really dope to see.
Yes, yes, and I definitely gotta say I definitely respect you for allowing people to have that space to open up and talk. And because I've heard podcasts where people they just listen to the conversation, but then find a point where they want to go at them, attack. No, you let them just have this space to talk about the exes and stuff. So I definitely applaud that, and I definitely enjoy my time on your podcast, which people are gonna hear like coming in January or whenever. So
Yes.
I
Did
definitely.
you did you did you feel like I was attacking you? Because I remember I had that segment called "Child Anyways," and like I listened to everything that you say, and then at the end I'm like, I heard everything you said, but here's where you messed up at. And
Um,
like, do you feel like I came at you like uh,
No, because I've had people come at me worse. You know what I'm saying? It felt really genuine. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
It felt like I was talking to my best friend in college. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have those people that can tell you that where you went wrong at, and they can come at it from a genuine standpoint, not a point to try to belittle you. So that's
that's a
what
fact.
I do respect about it. So
That's a fact.
speaking of exes, what do you think people need to get their exes for Christmas, if anything? A lump of coal, anything.
Um, the first thing I want to say is revenge. Like I want like when you have the like you like look at that like oh like you take a picture, you send them like your IG page with all like your blessings and like look how amazing I look like or look how dope I am. But I don't know. Have you ever heard of that thing that you pay for on Reddit where you can like get someone to deliver shit in a box and they light it on fire and then the person has like your ex comes out and they have to stomp it so they're stepping in shit.
People do that shit.
What? They pay money for
Damn.
that. They pay money, and there's another one where you can like order a box of glitter, and glitter is a bitch to get off. Glitter is hard to get off, and they
Oh, those are some petty date. Those are some petty give ideas to get an ex. Wow, those are some gems right there.
I think it's just at this point, I think it's important that my ex remember that he's full of shit, so he step in it. I think that's important. I think that should be
Who ex ain't full of shit?
facts. Oh my goodness. Good lord.
Ooh, wow.
I think like if there's a way that like we could do that for like the black community, I think we'd make millions.
Yes.
I think we'd make millions.
We would definitely make millions and stuff. There's so many black owned ideas. If we just stuck together and did that shit, we would make some damn money over here.
That's a fact. Cause more and more as I do the podcast, I realize like it's not just there's like that whole thing of like niggas ain't shit. A lot of women, especially like the women on my episodes, that like they like to hold it, they hold themselves accountable, and they're like, "Yo, I was in shit. Like there is like episode 6 where this girl, she kept going back between her baby father and like the this guy who basically wanted to step up and be like a stepfather. And like it was just the back and forth, and she was a teenage, like she was very young, she was a young mother, and she kept going back and forth between these people. And at the end of the episode she was like, as much as these men were crazy and like they like were very abusive to me and everything, like at one point one guy like put a gun to her. It was crazy. That episode was wild.
Yeah, that episode was crazy.
And like if I had like, but she was able to have this accountability, and I'm starting to see like more, like, I hate to say it, sometimes women ain't shit. And like sometimes men ain't shit. So it's just like you get both sides. And I feel like if we were petty like that, we could actually make some money, like really delivering some crazy shit to our exes that is well deserved. Cause boy, why are we causing this type of havoc to each other? It's unreal to me.
Yes, it is definitely unreal to me, and it's like, and I thought about that. What Christmas gift would I get for an ex? And I'm just like, you know what? Some days I just want to give them the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even worth it. Because it's
Yeah,
like now you're spending your money on them, and it's not even worth it. But
that's
I know
true.
how you feel. Like if it's an ex that's been like a year ago, if it was a year, then
It was
yeah,
fresh.
I say let's go ahead and do it. But if this was like 10 or 12 years ago, I'm like, man, fuck that ex, man.
Yeah, you're right. Like the best, excuse me, the best success is revenge, or the best revenge is success. And like just being happy, and kind of like I was saying, like, oh, here's like a link to like, my IG page, or even not even that, but just like ignoring them and kind of just being your best self. And like, I mean, Victor don't need this person. Like he, look at him. He's like, he's on season 5. Like he's doing his thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to like worry about who that particular individual is, or even if they're relevant in your life. You're doing you.
And that's the big thing. It's like you gotta do you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta show them that hey, you ain't stopped nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and hell, even for you, like once you get that editing down, it's like shit. I don't need you now. Fuck that. You know?
Hell yeah, you get me. You get me. Like
Yes,
it's
I got
like I like literally like I love the like granted I have great relationships, like I have cordial relationships and platonic relationships with my exes now. But at the same time, it's just like there's a reason you're my ex, and like there we need to have a certain type of distance, or we need to have like I'm so it's just like shout out to my ex, and thank you for helping me to a certain extent. And I asked for the help, you know what I mean? So it's it's problematic. Like, do you still interact with any of your exes?
man. None of my exes know I exist. I know a couple of them. They follow. They still follow me on social media, but we don't be talking like that. So it's like I just even the hell even that damn ex I told you about. I'm like I don't. She don't even know I exist. You know. One thing I know about her, she had another baby. That's about all I know.
And I don't feel I don't want to say I feel sorry for her, but I'm very happy for you. Let's just put it
Yeah,
that
I'm
way.
very happy for me too that I'm not baby daddy number two. So that's one thing I'm blessed for. I'm like, okay, I'm not baby daddy number two because you look at some people and you're like, why the hell did you have a baby by this person? Because they be just bickering and stuff on social media. I'm like, why did you have a baby with this motherfucker?
It's just, and then like when they post in their business and like screenshots and like the whole thing, and y'all need to reach out to so and so and so. Now I'm in the relationship. I need to know more. Y'all getting back together after that? No, I wouldn't get back to him after get back in a relationship. You brought me into your relationship with all this drama. We got to see it through. You gotta you gotta keep me in the loop. What did he do now? Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, please respect our privacy. Why'd you bring us in it?
Thank
Hmm?
you. Like what's one thing I don't understand about people. Why would you post on social media? Then you get the people interested, and now they're all of a sudden like, "Oh, please respect our privacy at this time." You weren't doing that when you were talking all that shit about your baby parent. Come on now.
It gets so complicated. Like I just don't understand it. I do not understand it at all. If you Quick question. Other than like just ignoring your ex, there's no like actual like petty gift you would give an ex for Christmas?
A petty gift I would give an ex for Christmas. I don't know. Maybe I would give them a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A because I know one ex was like, I paid for all the dates and stuff. Well, you know what? Fuck that. Well, here, here's $10 to go to Chick-fil-A, get something you like to eat since you want to talk about you paid for what you paid for and stuff. Nobody gives a rat's ass. Nobody keeping score around here. We don't keep score around here, you know.
You're not even like a $20, but you said 10. You said 10.
Hey,
Wait.
$10 is enough, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I know that one ex I had told you about, she got to feed two people, you know. So
She can then get she could get 2 nuggets and call it a day. Let
she
me
might
stop.
want to just go ahead and get that damn 12 piece and call it a day. And you know, I don't know what she gonna eat then, but
I'm hollering. And first of all, what okay. So I understand that when it comes to like exes, we always talk about like the things that we did wrong. But the fact that that person can try to throw in your face that like, oh, I paid for all the dates.
no, yeah, you say you pay for all this, but hell, I paid for some of them damn dates now. You know, you ain't gonna discredit me, goddamn it.
Disrespectful. Honestly, at this point, like I think that although everybody has an ex story, it's quite clear to me that the feeling towards the ex is what stays. Like if you know for a fact that that particular person is like disrespectful or like trying to rub in their face, like, oh Lord, I paid for da 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 da. It's like, excuse me, like that's what you see, that's what you can say that you could boast about that you paid for whatever amount of dates. What about the fact that I like gave you me? I gave you
Hmm.
my time. I gave you my effort. Like you,
Yeah. And for that ex in particular, like you can look, you stay an hour away, and I still was willing to get in my car and drive to your ass. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you need to go ahead and give me that too, you know. Well, since you want to taking credit for shit, you know what I'm saying? But in a relationship, you don't think about all that stuff. But
yeah.
boy, it seems like why do people do that? Why do people bring up all the dirty laundry once they break up? Like, if it didn't matter, like, why you bringing it up now that we done broke up?
Right. Like it's just like, oh, these were the red flags that were okay in the relationship, and then all of a sudden now it's like you want to go ahead and throw them up against me. You was the one that signed up for it. Let me
Mm-hmm.
let me behave. I'm sure.
Man, listen, listen. You can cut up, you can be you. We free spirits around here. We don't judge around here. You know, no. Because I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. Like, if it was a problem for you, why you ain't say something in the beginning? Like, why
That's
you
a
didn't
fact.
communicate that to me? Like, we could have talked it out. We could have worked it
Fixed
out and
it.
understood each other's perspectives. But
And then you have the audacity to try to throw it in my face when that could have been a simple conversation. Doing too
yeah,
much.
yes, you're doing
Doing
too
too
much. And
much.
I realized that in this generation, they do a lot too much because in our parents and grandparents' generations, they just I don't know, did they tolerate the shit or they just or some of them talked it out? I don't know. It's crazy that some of our grandmothers were okay with our grandfathers having a whole nother family across the town. I don't know.
I feel like that was the compromise. They were like, listen, I can't deal with his shit all the time. Let somebody else deal with your shit. And they come back to me because I'm fine. And then, like, I'll just see the babies at the new babies on the side at the funeral because I can't. Like, right now, this is too much. Oh, oh
Man,
my God.
yeah, that is too much. It's like did we learn anything from our parents about relationships? Because it feels like our generation and their generation are just totally different, or some might be in the same way. I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Like, where did we learn how to love? Like, what defines a good relationship in our eyes, especially from like the things that we've been taught by our parents. Like, I didn't know. My mom. I'm very Caribbean, and like my mom was very like, I don't like men, so I didn't really know what a relationship was. I was like, I would watch Lifetime, and that was my definition of like. That's why I'm like a homeless romantic to this day, but shit like that, it is like kind of hard. Like, do you have like a real definition? Like, did you see like
Shit, listen, mama, I love you, but it's hard being raised by a single mom, and it's like, and that single mom is just, I know my dad wasn't shit, but it's just, I know he wasn't shit because
You.
he had three other kids, and it's just, a lot of us didn't meet until we were adults and stuff, so that should tell you how bad my dad was. And my mom, I just saw her grind, but I saw her settle for sorry men, so and I
Yeah.
feel like she kind of tried to mold me into. So I looked at other people outside of my mom. I looked at aunt and uncles that were still together. And unfortunately, I had a grandmother who got divorced. It's just, unfortunately, my grandfather, he died when I was like very a teenager. So I really couldn't like
Shit.
lean on him for advice. So
Right.
it's like I saw happy relationships when I saw my family, but I never got a. There was one aunt I grew up with, my mom's sister, who's
Hmm.
been my uncle since I was a baby. It's just I really want to know from her, like, what made her stick around with my uncle despite all of the shit talking my family did, and it's
That's
just
a
I
fact.
don't really understand.
Despite the shit talking.
Yes, despite the shit talking, because there was some people in my family that weren't crazy. Because what I learned as an adult is family members can be like banks. It's like
Right.
they only hold on to the bad shit. They don't see the good shit. They hold on to the bad shit, and they're like, "Oh, so what?" But they still got their mind wrapped around all the bad shit that a person did. So it's like that was a stable relationship. And you know one thing I respect from my uncle? My uncle would make shit happen. Like if he was down to his last dollar, my auntie said she was hungry, my
Right.
uncle would go ahead and make it happen. He would find a way to get some
Oh,
money and make it happen. So
I
I feel
love
like I
that.
feel like and that's some things we need to see. So sometimes we gotta forgive our parents,
Yeah.
because we didn't see it all, but we've seen some shit make it happen though.
Sir. So you spitting shit, you talking right now. You talking facts. Like it's like that type of you said we need to forgive our parents. Nobody
Yeah.
talks about that. Nobody talks
Yes,
about that.
yes, it's like I've had to because I've had to tell myself, nigga, you 32, you need to go ahead and just forgive your mom. You know what I'm saying? Because
Ooh,
you know what? Yes, she fucked up, but yes, she done did a lot to redeem herself. And a lot of
yeah.
my parents have done that. You know what I'm saying? So if I can do it, I know y'all asses listening to this can do it too.
I'm in a world like I'm going to therapy. Like I literally am going to therapy specifically to do that. Like it's very hard. Like and by the way, like depending on like certain programs, therapy can be very cheap.
Yeah.
I pay
I
$30
remember
for
like
therapy.
speaking of therapy, I remember when I was in college, that was the one thing my therapist would get on my ass about. He was like, "Man, you're 20 something. You can't be blaming your mom and stuff." So it's like,
Yeah.
it's like we say yeah, but then we think back to all of the shit, and it's just
It's like,
like
how can I
sometimes.
not? Like, how can I not blame her? Look, like there's certain things that are directly related. Like, if there's certain things that
Hmm.
I naturally do, and I'm like, damn, this is something like I can directly relate to my mother, or I can directly relate to my father. Damn, that nigga was a shit. Like that, like that. Like you start checking yourself. Like, okay, so like, but I understand there's a difference between experiencing and feeling. So if I'm experiencing the situations that like I went through with my family, and then it's another thing to feel through it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now I'm feeling it, and I'm able to forgive and like push through it. That shit is hard.
Yes, it
That shit
is.
is hard. Like I'm in that process of like forgiving. Ooh, I'm putting my business out here. I like, but I'm in the process of forgiving, and it takes a lot. It
It
takes a
does take a
lot.
lot. I agree with you. It's like my mom can go above and beyond, but it takes a lot because it's like the person you married first is like, man, I'd probably be in jail if I had went to Atlanta in my 20s. So it's like I understand that how you feel about that forgiveness thing because it's a lot because you gotta deal with family every day and they ain't going nowhere. They're not like your exes where you could just say the hell with them and not have to deal with them. No, you still gotta deal with
True.
your family. So I totally understand. And shout out to everybody out there who's listening and got to deal with forgiveness because that shit is hard. It is hard as fuck to just look at shit and be like, okay, I forgive you. Let's move on. But then
Facts.
some shit that happens in your dating life, you're like, damn, why didn't I know this before I went to college?
Right. And then like you'd be so surprised how the things that you saw, excuse me, from okay.
You
Uh
good?
I can't it's the damn Henny White. Because It's liquor talk, so I had to like bring my little
Yes, it
fair
is
share.
liquor talk. Yes, you good. So you good.
so
Cut loose, you know?
it's so surprising like how much like the experiences that you've had with your family like conveys into your relationships, and you'd be like the things that you think like oh are fine, and you're like wait, the reason why I assume negative intent, and I feel like certain men aren't going to do this, or like the way that I regard women is a direct reflection of like the shit that we've learned from our upbringings.
Mm-hmm.
I like there's been several times where like because I get really deep with because I don't know why. I'm just like I believe in transparency, so I like to just give you myself. And I feel like everybody should do that. And to that certain degree, like most of my exes, they tell me like, "Oh, this happened in my life. I don't respect women, or I don't there's certain things that like men do that like that's why I don't trust men." And you'd be hearing these things, and I'm like, yo, these are a direct reflection or a direct result of the interactions that you had with your moms, or that you had with your dad. And it's crazy. And then like when you live in New York, the men here are tougher.
Mm.
They're less likely to show emotion. They're less likely they like well, I can't speak for everybody, for every person in New York, but most of the men here, if you don't have $1 million in your bank account, nobody's gonna take what you're saying emotionally seriously. So
Mm.
it's just like you have to like your worth, your net worth has to match your like emotional worth. I don't know. The point is like I see that like men are tougher here in New York City. Like they have to like hold their own, and they don't express their emotions as much. So when you're able to speak to someone and they open up and they say these are the things that have happened to them, or these are the things that they've experienced, like, and they're pushing through that, because I'm 32, and to see those things like just like the typical African American man or like Caribbean American man, it's so big, and it's so significant to hear like a Caribbean man or an American man, African American man say like I'm hurting because of this is what happened to me in my past.
Mm.
It's dope to see. It's like still like not heartbreaking, but at least we're able to have those conversations that can make things like better for them moving forward.
Yeah, I hope those men learn to open up, because maybe their asses need to go ahead and move down south, because I know a lot of down south men, they open up and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, we learn how to open up and things, and if situations make it okay for us to open up, like everybody on this mental health wave, yeah, it makes it okay to open up and stuff. It makes you
Really?
like yeah. I don't know what it is about down south people. We generally open up, you know.
Maybe I should. I'm coming down there to everybody. Like I need call me. Like I'm coming down there because I need me someone that opens up naturally. Because I open up very naturally.
Look, when you come to Florida, give me a call. I'll take
Okay, bet. Hook me up. Hook me up. Because like the dating like world up here is trash. Straight
Listen, where ain't the
basura.
damn dating world trash? Shit.
From my experience, like the New York, the men here and the women here, it's just like they think like, men are like buses, women are like buses, every 15, like then another one is coming. Like they really don't, they think like, oh, my options are limitless. This is New York. I'm gonna find a baddie. Like I don't need to like, what connection? Don't need that. I need someone who looks good in a particular dress or whatever the case may be. So you'd be surprised. Like New Yorkers are they're savages. They're
Listen,
savages.
what I've learned is no matter your location, I think the dating pool is just trash for everybody. You
You
know,
think so?
it really is, because you just meet. Because sometimes you'll seem like you meet somebody, y'all hit it off, good connection, but then they will hit you with some, oh, I'm just not feeling it, or maybe they're still in
Mm,
touch with their exes, or I
mm.
don't know, with people down south. I'm like, it's bad here, it's bad there, it's just bad everywhere. Only thing I can do is just take a sip and call it a day and keep it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. If you don't know, now you know. Remember, the more you drink, the better we sound. I sound a whole lot better when you have some alcohol in your system. And if you don't drink, throw one up or something, you know. And if you don't do that, do something to make you feel good. And
Mm.
shout out to everybody that's tapped in on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts at. Remember, tap in with Liquor Talk, and please tap in with this beautiful lady that's the host of the Exes.and podcast that's coming on for the first time ever, her first ever guest appearance. So tell me, Isis, what is the best gift you ever gotten from an ex? I understand that's hard to come about, you know.
Cause goddamn, oh shit,
It's okay if the ex got you nothing.
a divorce.
Oh, of course. Wait, I do remember you telling. Hey, she did mention she was married at one point in time, but why the hell is damn a divorce?
Listen, like no, because I was with him from the age of 18 to 28. I was with him for a decade. I was with him for 10 years, faithfully. And you grow up, you realize, okay, like, and I think that was probably the best gift he's ever given me, where it was never like, it was purely like respectful. It wasn't like, oh, I'm taking half, like crazy type of vibe. It wasn't petty. It was just by far the most respectful, like quits like I could have ever like asked for, because like we both realized we're not the right person we're not the right people for each other. And if you care about someone, you care enough about them to like let them go so they can be happy elsewhere. And
That's real. That is so real. So, was this a high school sweetheart or something?
no, because I'm Caribbean. I came straight from the Caribbean at the age of 16, 17. I graduated high school and then I like hopped straight up here. And then I lived in I moved to New York, and then from there, I was working the after school program, and that's where we met. We met through a mutual friend, and then let's just say like the circumstances weren't ideal, but we made it work. So like we weren't. It wasn't like a natural like, and then we bumped each other, and like the books fell by the locker room and like whatever. Like it wasn't anything like that. It was literally like I met him through a mutual friend. I was living with my uncle. Wasn't that situation wasn't working out, and then he was like, "Listen, I live with my father. I stay at my father's in Brooklyn, and you can live with me." And I was like, "Bet." And then we just moved in together, and it was like that for like a good decade. So it
Wait,
was.
how you just move in with somebody? Did you prospect? Did you ask questions? But did you like ask probing questions about this person? Because the one thing I've learned about living with people, it can make or break your relationships. And I've had plenty of relationships that have soured after I lived with them. You know, and sometimes it was me, sometimes it was them. So,
No,
so how
baby.
did you just decide that I'm just gonna move in with this man?
I was 18 years old. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like I literally, I was a child. I was a child. I literally like. I think we were like I was living with my uncle. That situation wasn't working out very well. And then after that, like he was just like, "Hey, I sleep on the couch. Do you want to, do you want to live with me?" And I was like, I don't really have any other choice. I came from a whole different country. Like I came from the Caribbean. Where am I gonna go? I can't go back to like back down there. So I I think I only knew him for what, a good solid 8 months, 6, 7 months before we just jumped right into it. And then my mom was like, I think I was from 18 to 23. My mom was like, "You're shacking up with this man. You're not married. You got to get married." And then
Parents. It's like they always put this idea of marriage on you and just tell you like, "Oh, you're just shacking up. Why don't you get a ring?" Because my mama said the same thing with me. If she like, "Hey, if you living with a woman for all these years, you might as well marry her." But I'm like,
who
but
said
sometimes you be like,
that?
"What's the point of marriage?" But continue with the
Right.
story.
Like I don't need to like I didn't have any pressure. Like I was good. I was living my best life, and like he was living his best, like not like in that like cheating way. Like we were literally like taking care of each other, this was my homie, this was my friend. And like, we were struggling together. We like lived in an apartment in Brooklyn, and then we moved to the city. And we just worked together, working our way up. But we just didn't have uh like the romantic part down. We had literally built a relationship of survival for such a long time. Like, we literally, like, this is New York City back in the day when, like an apartment, the apartment that we had in Brooklyn was $900, and he was making basically minimum wage, and I was making. At one point in time, I didn't have a job, and then his cousin hooked me up and got me my first ever job. And from there, like, we were basically making minimum wage, could barely afford. I think minimum wage at this time was like $7 to $8.
Yeah.
And like, we didn't know what the hell we were doing, but we were trying to make it work, and we could barely afford rent, and we pushed through. So we always operated in the element of survival. We were always trying to like make it to the next day, and then the next day turned into 10 years, and we were like, how the hell did we how did this happen? How did we get here from
Now,
like 18 to
damn, you know what? Shout out to what's her name? Shit, you told me her name, because this sounds like a goddamn accidental marriage.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes,
This
it was.
sounds like
Shout
a
out to
goddamn
the
accidental marriage.
shout out to the Pussy Talks podcast.
Yes, shout out to Pussy Talks podcast. Shout out to CL. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm a CL. If you listen to this, I will let you take over Liquor Talk one of these days. But goddamn, this sounds like y'all live together. It sounded like an accidental marriage, but I hope he at least got you something nice for Christmas one year.
Uh,
Is that a no?
he gave me a roof over my head.
Okay.
I don't.
Don't feel bad. Listen, don't feel bad.
I think he got me. He got me a really nice trip to Las Vegas. That was really nice.
Viva Las Vegas. Okay, that's better than what I got, because none of my exes, when I think about it, none of my exes got me anything. I think one of my exes may have got me a bottle or something. I don't remember. That's something, but shit, I'm not blessed to the point where I have an ex buying me a car or buying me a whole trip to another country or even buying me rental property. I wasn't blessed like that, But if I find that ex that spoils the hell out of me, better believe I'm gonna spoil the hell out of you. Shit.
I know that's right. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for right now. You want someone to spoil you.
No, I just want somebody that's just gonna be consistent with whatever energy they bring. Like I just need the consistency, because some people, what I found is people can be hot and cold. One week they own you, they communicate, they're checking in, and then another week you're just a damn ghost. So I can't make this shit up. So like, I ain't really looking right now, because it's just. You got to embrace what's working right now. You got to embrace the podcast. You got to embrace all the other opportunities, because you just like, to the hell with it. It's like, it's probably going to have to take me to travel, because do you feel like Northerners would appreciate men from the South? Because I know somebody told me out out west they definitely appreciate them, but I don't know.
I think because I don't claim myself to be a full New Yorker, I feel like from my experience with real New Yorkers, that either love Southerners, like I feel like they would. Oh, I feel like they would. It would be a match made in heaven. But I also feel like some of the women out here, they trying to like hit a lick. Okay, so they're trying to get a bag. So I feel like they would take a Southerner's kindness for weakness. I do feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that too, because based on everything you're talking about, I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel like that, because women down here, they be trying to take your kindness for granted too. Like, the one thing I'll never understand is like, why are some people kind to their ex, but yet they put a new person they could be seeing through hell? Like, what do you think about that? Like, because I've seen some cases where they would be entertaining a new person, but still got their ex on contact.
I think it plays into what you were saying earlier, where like somebody, so like they're not that consistent with you, or they'll be there for like a week and then like all about you, and then the other week they go ghost. I think. Ooh, okay.
You okay?
I didn't know Henny White could get me like this. Got me belching
Listen,
and
one
stuff
time
like
for the
that.
listen, I normally don't shout out liquors on here until those motherfuckers sponsor me, but hey, one time for the
Oh,
Henny White that we can't find in America, we gotta go to a different country and get the damn Henny White. The last time I had Henny White, I was on a damn cruise. I had to buy this shit off of a cruise, so you're good though. You're good.
you
All
have
right.
me now. I'm your plug,
Oh,
literally.
word.
Like I am career. Like I literally have people come in all the time and get me bottles all the time. I literally got you.
Okay, we'll ship it to Florida. We good then.
Bet. Well, no, I don't know if they're gonna take. Like I don't know about.
I don't know either.
But
We'll figure it out.
a little birdie told me that I should be coming to Florida real soon. So is it Orlando or Miami? Where you at?
Orlando.
Bet. Yep, I'm coming. I'm coming. So the answer is yes. I will have that bottle for you, guaranteed.
Okay, bet. Okay.
I didn't know that. You're right. Like it's very hard to find, but it's such a popular thing in the Caribbean community. It's always there. It like I have it there for you regardless. So I got you. Shit, I forgot your question.
Shit, what was my? I think
You said something about the effect. Oh, like being friends with your ex, but treating the new person like shit.
basically,
Um,
and I feel like that's the reason a lot of people are still single is because a lot of people don't want to let go of that damn ex.
mm, I mean, I can't speak to that because when I'm done, I'm done.
See,
Um,
me you are like because we usually when I'm done too. But for some people, it's hard to let go of an ex. I don't understand why.
I think it's because they know that you'll treat them right. If we're talking about you and you're the ex, chances are I'm pretty confident. Like I know you, but I don't know you. And I feel like from what I have gathered in terms of your energy, I think like if someone is still reaching out to you and is still like, like having that type of consistent communication, it's probably because they know you would treat them right. And then they're holding on to you as like the backup just in case this new person fuck around and like at least they know that you were there. So I do feel like it could be like a protective strategy for
Okay,
women.
forget about me for a second. What about
Okay.
people that hold on to the toxic ex that they know damn well ain't no good for them? Like, why do people hold on to that one ex that we know no matter how hard we hold on to them, they still not gonna get right?
It's the dick.
Who? Okay, maybe.
It's probably the sex, or probably like knowing that like I know. Okay, so a lot of women are known for being misfixed. They try to see that they can hold on and like try to maintain relationships with certain people, thinking that eventually like they'll come around. They'll like they have one part of them, probably the part that's between their legs, that I really like. And I feel like if I could do any other things to like maybe curb that, like, and maybe they don't call me bitch every 2 seconds, I can fix him. I can fix him. And
Listen, listen, those people that want to talk about, oh, I can fix them. You don't really, you're fucking up your damn self. You're like, you gotta fix them for you. You gotta fix them for how what it will make you work for you. Because all you're doing is just preparing for the next woman. Because
that's a
let's
whole
say you
fact.
fix them up, he gonna look at you like get rid of you, and then be on to the next one.
That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. Boy,
And
not to get too personal, but at one point in time, because my ex-husband is engaged to a beautiful woman, and like they have this gorgeous house in Las Vegas, and like they do and they fit. And at one point in time, I was like, so you mean to tell me I fixed you and raised you up, and you was wearing baggy jeans when I met you, and your hair was and now you living this life? I am so happy where I'm at.
hey,
I'm
I've said
so
that too.
like,
Hey,
and
you just gotta be like, look, fuck it. I'm happy where I'm at. Look, Congratulations
Hell
to you, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But guess what? When them red flags start showing up, the question is, can you deal with them? You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a
obviously I
fact.
couldn't, but the question is, can you deal with them when them red flags start showing up? When all the things I had to deal with, you had to deal with. So that's why whenever I look at an ex and they're dealing with somebody new, I ask myself, I said to myself, that ex is in a fucked up situation.
Yes, like literally, I literally said to myself, like, okay, if I was in that exact same situation with that exact same individual, would I be happy? And it would be like a resounding fuck no. Like my in my soul, in my chest, like I heard my heart say fuck no. Like what get away from that situation as fast as possible. So I genuinely feel that like, oh my god, this Henny is a problem. I'm going to get a bottle of water. But
Ooh.
because it's your fault. You took two shots, so I thought I
Hey,
could
listen,
catch
I love
up.
your energy. You know what I'm saying? I love your energy, but listen, I guess I gotta put that disclaimer on there. Take something you're good for. I gotta let other podcasters know that. But hey, it is what it is.
No, I literally like I can handle my liquor, but who did I think I could like be on your level and have the two shots? No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Hey,
But
hey, you're still holding on. Listen.
I appreciate that. I
You good
appreciate
though.
that.
You good though. You good though.
Good, good. I have a question for you before I like even go like down on that tangent. What was the best gift that you ever gave your ex?
Oh, the best gift I ever gave my ex. What did I give her? Oh, that's right. I gave her $100 gift card to one of her favorite stores, which was I think her favorite store of choice was Bath and Body Works. I gave her ass $100 gift card because I paid attention to the way her ass will always be hauling ass to goddamn Bath and Body Works whenever they had their damn sales. So I said, okay, you know what? Since you love Bath and Body Works so
That's
much,
mad
I'm just gonna go
sweet.
ahead and give you a damn gift card and stuff, So,
That's mad
and
freaking cute.
yeah, and that ex, what did she give me in return? Maybe like a $20 gift card to like Best Buy. I'm like, you know what?
To
You
Best Buy.
yes,
Do you
you.
do you shop at Best Buy like that?
Sometimes I do. I'm like in my head. I'm saying to myself, you would have been better off giving me a damn Amazon gift card.
Right. You know what?
You know
I'm
what?
sorry.
It's the you know what? That's the X for a reason because you know what I've learned is there are women out here buying men PlayStation 5s and shit. You know what? God damn, like there are women doing the most for their men.
That's a
I don't
fact.
require that, but I'm like, damn, match my energy or something.
That's a fact. That just reminded me of like there was a time when I was with my ex-husband and I actually like actually I don't want to like make it all about him. The point is like I like went in the rain and like got him a gift for Christmas and
You went
like
in the damn rain and got him the gift.
yeah.
You know what? You're a real one.
This was when like the Xbox 360 was just coming out and like it
Don't tell
was
me you got him the Xbox 360.
hell fucking yeah. As soon as it came out, I literally like,
Damn.
and then like I kept calling all the different Game Stops, and they told me like, oh, you got to go up to like a 25th, like 125th Street, and then like you got to go over to like, no, that one is sold out. So like I called them and I was like, can you please hold this for me? And like I literally went all the way. I was, I was booking it all for the sake of love. Like now that I think about it, and he really appreciated that, and I got him the Xbox Connect too.
Damn, you know what? Listen, yo, we gonna have to talk after this, but god damn, it's like goddamn, it's like I'm over here selling for women doing the bare minimum when there are women going above and beyond for their men. And what's bad
Facts.
is there are some people that go above and beyond for somebody that's not mentally capable of exceeding or meeting that energy.
Yeah. Where is it in the Bible that that women can go ahead and start treating men but giving them the minimum? And where is it in the Bible that like men can start doing the same? Like why is that? Like why are we not giving the best of ourselves? Like
You know what?
you
I think
literally did you gave 5 times as much as your ex-girl gave to you. A $20 gift card to Best Buy when you literally studied her and you said, wow, she really loves this place. And look how you got her a card that had literally 5 times the amount of that.
yeah, I can't make this shit up. It's just, it seems like the good people get fucked in the dating industry. You know what I'm saying? I just hate to say that.
Well, I
It's
tell you
just
what,
that's I see it.
that's a fact. That's a whole fact. Oh my goodness.
In 2023, I hope this changes, but you know what? I guess you gotta figure out the people whether or not they're worthy of that, But I don't know.
I mean, what are you looking for? Like, what do you think will be like the determining factor? Like, you know what, I'm ready to give this person my best, or is that something you got to come into the situation saying like, I'm going to give my best regardless?
Look, I come into every situation. I'm gonna give my best. I'm like, if this person sees the best, good. If not,
Yeah,
oh well. That's just how they saying. But that's all you can do at this point. You just gotta continue to give the best. So to anybody listening to this that's struggling in the dating community, just continue to give your best self no matter what. If you fall down, pick yourself back up. Fall down 7 times, get up 8 times.
that's a fact.
Eventually somebody gonna see that greatness, and when they do, you hold on to them. You do what it takes to hold on to them.
Yes, definitely. And then when you've healed, come call me so I can interview you and we can talk about.
Yeah,
Call
listen, please
me.
talk that. Listen, if you have an ex out there that done failed and you want to go off on them, please talk to Isis. Please
Please
talk to this
do.
beautiful lady,
Please do.
what I'm saying, holding it down in why. Please talk
Thank
to her, y'all.
you.
No
Definitely.
problem.
I know for a fact, like your episode, because your voice is very, very unique. Like, very unique. Typically, each episode is anonymous. But I've noticed, like, since I've been a part of certain circles, like, a lot of people want to be known. So, I definitely can't wait to when you come when I'm able to post your episode. I cannot wait. And I think that there's like two other people who also wanted to to reveal who they were, but the primary essence is like you're anonymous for the sake of yourself. So when you get in your bag, sometimes you open up and you say things that you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But if you're completely anonymous and nobody knows who you are, you're protecting yourself and your ex. So like that was like the whole the essence of like that episode, the podcast itself.
No, I understand that. I definitely understand that. If I would have known that, I probably would have used a robo voice or something like that.
Oh no, I do that if you want me to. Like people
You're
have
good.
requested that. Like people have requested that.
Wow. Hey, you're good though. I'm not tripping about that. You know what? Damn if they listen to the podcast and damn if they don't at this point. It is what it is. Shit. Because you hit a certain point in life, you could just care less about what they think. Just know, only thing I want them to know is, hey, you fucking fumbled. You fumbled me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Hey.
That's a fact. Ooh, what do you think is gonna be your best like revenge? Like when you know, like I feel like for me, when I'm no longer living in New York, because I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. Don't get me wrong. Like I love New York. Shout out to New York, like all day, every day. But I feel like when I have my own home and I'm doing my little thing, and I could say that I created it, it's gonna be 10 out of 10. Like that's when I know like I'm fully like that's my revenge. That is like my definition of success. Like I'm there. What do you think yours will be? Like, oh, look at you. You fumbled me. Like, well, what's that moment gonna be for you?
Honestly, I feel like that moment has happened already. It's the fact that I didn't end up on Snapped, or the moment I didn't end up on jail and be like some of these managers that they talk about on social media, like, oh, this man killed a woman because she wouldn't go out with him and stuff. I feel like every day I live, just living life and also not being suicidal. That I feel like that those moments have been like, you know what, look, you may have just been a blessing in disguise. You helped make me better. You showed me areas I need to open the fuck up in. You know what I'm saying? You showed me some areas where I gotta get better, and you ain't stopped nothing because we still pushing out episodes of Liquor Talk. We still
Ooh,
out here traveling. We still out here working events and stuff. So I feel like that's just came.
that's a
And then
fact.
now, if big shit happen, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you see this merchandise and stuff, you see everything. Like we did this all without you.
That's a fact. That's a
You know,
fact.
you just got to keep it pushing, and also now to really get back on, you'll see a more beautiful woman than you. Yeah, or
Yeah.
even if you're finding her, but this is one that's doing me right, that's giving me everything I need. I feel like that would be the real big win. And I'm like, you know what? And hell, if I want to, just to stun on your ass. What if I just give you a random ass Christmas gift? You know.
Exactly. What kind of like stunt gift would you give? Ooh.
Ooh, I don't know. A stunt
Ooh.
gift, maybe a car or something, maybe a fancy car. I know the asses can't afford the maintenance on. Because a maintenance, it costs like $200 or $300 to get an oil change on Mercedes Benz, right?
No.
Yeah, give their ass a gift I know they can't maintain.
That you are.
Hey, savage mode has been activated.
I'm about to say, well, fucking done. That's like the perfect thing. Oh yeah, guess what? The maintenance for this car is like $2K or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
because a Mercedes Benz is like $200 or $300 for oil change. So I can only imagine what the oil change on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini
That's
is.
a whole fact.
And I know
Ooh.
whatever man you with right now probably can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever man you done gave him a baby for, I know he
Ooh.
can't do that.
Ooh.
Or bad enough if you're single and have a baby, I'm like, you got 2 kids and then you got to maintain this Ferrari over here.
Good luck with
That
that.
would
You
be
can...
the ultimate stun on them to give.
I'm stealing that. I swear to God, I'm stealing that. Like
Please
literally
do.
giving you a gift that you cannot maintain later. I am hollering and then watch them repossess the car, just like slowly, like right in front of your face. I can literally picture that. Oh my
You
God.
know what? And what I can also picture is them having to sell the car to some damn dealership because they just can't maintain it. I'm like, oh, sell the car for $90,000 when the damn car is worth like or $1.2 million. I'm like, damn.
But the money goes back to you.
Hell yeah, the money.
You drew me into this. You drew me into this pettiness, and I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it.
Cause you think that ex will feel like, hey, I'm winning right now, but in reality, like, yeah, but can you maintain it?
That's a fact. Oh my gosh. Especially that y'all, oh god. That episode, like, I hope like, I don't wish bad on people, but she gonna get what's coming to her.
And that's what I said about all my exes. Because do you ever have a friend like somebody that's known you for a long time remind you of another one of your exes that did you wrong? Because there was a Delta at FAMU I could have told you about, but I was talking to a homegirl one day. She said, "Yeah, I remember how you were when that Delta did you wrong. Listen, that Delta, she did me wrong, but." She kind of boosted my confidence a little bit because it's like because she gave me the time of day. But
Right.
everybody told me not to date her. But growing up, you never heard that confidence of you can get a woman's attention. But hey, you ever have that one ex that everybody tells you to avoid, but you damn anyway?
Yeah, I married him.
Damn.
Should have never done it. Should have never done it. Oh my goodness. Should have never done it.
I
But
don't know what it is about that one. But I look back at her like if she came around again, maybe I'll give her something nice. Maybe I would give her something nice. That's probably the one ex because that opened my eyes up to hey, you can get a woman's attention. You can, you can do this. It ain't that hard.
that's a
So
fact. What kind of a delta? Care
yeah,
to elaborate? Like what happened?
it was a Delta that was highly popular that nobody fucked with, but I didn't notice at the time. But all I saw is she was on camera. She looked beautiful as hell, but I was 19 at the time, and I don't know what it is about them sorority girls, but goddamn, shit,
Mm.
they put a trap on young freshman men, and this one in particular kind of got to me.
Mm.
And a friend of mine called me. Everybody told me on campus, don't really fuck with her because she's full of shit. And unfortunately, I had to find out the hard way. So
She like stopped talking, like was she talking to somebody else, or she was...
no, she just was a waste of time. It's like, for
Yeah.
example, we're on a date. I tell her people are talking about her. She trying to figure out who talking about her. I'm like, why the hell would you spend half this damn date trying to figure out
Worried
who talking about
about,
you?
right, like just focus on like the date and like, oh god.
God damn, focus on how you can be a blessing for me or how can I
Right.
be a blessing for you. But,
Oh my
and
gosh.
a friend of mine, she said that Delta really turned you cold. I'm like, well, hey, it's like,
No.
but what I've learned is sometimes when you feel yourself warming up, it's always that one motherfucker that got to turn you back cold.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's a
And
fact.
it was a string of that when you keep dealing with people, sorry people. So I told myself, no more sorry people. You a motherfucking king. That's why parents out there, listen. I need
Hmm.
y'all to encourage your kids. Hit they asses with the words of affirmation. If they break up,
Yes.
you gotta hit them with the words of affirmation. You gotta really give their asses words of affirmation, like, hey, you are stronger than this. One time for my little sister though, because the ex I told you about, guess who was calling, texting me and stuff, words of affirmation and stuff.
Your sister was doing that?
Yes, my sister was all texting me, like, hey, you're a king, you don't need her, she ain't shit, she's a bum and stuff.
That's a whole fact. I love that.
So yes, one time for my sister though, what I'm saying? She was texting me all that stuff. And
Yo,
yeah, yes,
your sister was a trooper. Like your
yes,
sister's a
she
trooper
was.
for real.
Because my sister met the damn girl and she realized that she was full of shit. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
It's like, I don't like her. I
Yeah.
I fuck with your sister hard. Like I have a like the relationship with my sister is very 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 dope. Like, but she's the type of person that after I've been hurt, then she'll go to the person and, like, just give, like, go off on them. Like my sister, she's not the type of person to fuck with. So shout
Yeah.
out to your sister. Your sister's
Yes,
dope.
mine's like that too. But sometimes you elevate in how you think, and you're like, you know what? It ain't really worth it to deal with this person. She even told me about some of my more recent exes that I've dealt with. She was just like, you know what, this bitch ain't worth my time. She literally said that too. I said to her, look, I might need you to pull up in Temple Terrace, part of Tampa, and go handle this bitch. She's like, that bitch is not worth my time or not worth your time. She literally said that. So one time for my little sister, and early happy birthday to her ass, because her birthday's on New Year's Day. So early happy birthday to her. You know what I'm saying?
She a Capricorn too, so she working her ass off. She ain't nothing to be played with. I love me. Oh, shout out to your sister. Woo!
Yes, one time for my little sister, you know what I'm saying? Just know I love your ass, you know what I'm saying? I know you came in my life like when I was 26, I
Oh
wish you
wow.
yeah, that's how bad our dad was, because our dad was
Um.
a fucking hoe. He had like four kids by three different women. And one woman was just dumb enough to go get a second one from him. So I can't make this shit up.
That's so dope that you met them like later on in life. So they already like were already developed. So you got to meet them as a real person. That's
Yes,
what's up.
yeah, and one I really felt that bond with. The other two, they didn't really fuck with me because apparently back in the day, they mama and my mama had it out. So I don't know.
I'm weak. Over your daddy?
I guess I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. But
Oh my gosh. Shout out to your sister though. And I'm glad
yes,
that you
shout
guys
out
are
to the
able.
one that I fuck with. The other two, hey,
Not,
it is what it is.
when you get there, you get there. Don't worry, they'll catch up. When they start seeing how dope you're shining, like, oh hey, bro. How's it
Yeah, and
going?
listen, I'm gonna tell those other two have that same energy because I'm feeling like Drake for 2023. No new friends, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
no,
No
no,
new friends. It's like, especially the ones that had opportunity to fuck with you but didn't. So
what do you have as like your resolutions for next year?
honestly, I just don't. I really stopped making resolutions because I've realized that sometimes when adversity hits, that you just forget about them resolutions. But I did
Mm.
say for my birthday, which passed, I just said I'm just gonna be a better me. I'm just gonna continue to be better. And what people need to realize is your birthday is the real New Year and stuff. You gotta make shit happen after your birthday
Yes.
because that's really another year. Because
When
there's
did your
so
birthday
many
pass?
people. Yeah, my birthday was on the 5th of December.
Yes, 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 yes. Because I didn't get. I apologize and happy belated birthday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
But
I'm gonna get you that white henny as a belated birthday gift.
oh, you are amazing. You
I
are
got you.
amazing.
I
You
got you.
real one. But like I said, the birthday is the real New Year. And also, what I found is people they don't hold on to their New Year's resolutions once adversity hit. Once adversity hits them
That's
in the
true.
mouth, they don't hold on to them New Year's resolutions. Or by year three, by month three or month four, which would be March or April, they don't
Yeah.
got their New Year's resolution.
I tried to do something big for my resolutions, and I only gave myself three resolutions, and it was to have three different sources of income. I got two out of three.
Oh, that's
So
real.
like that's as far, that's all I could have given myself. I didn't try to like stretch it and say, well, oh, lose 50 pounds in a year. Shit happens. And like with everything that happened with all the passings and everything like that, like it was just who it's like it's not gonna work out. So I try to give myself like a vague general, like you said, like you get like what your resolution was basically being happier or do like taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I think my New Year's resolution, if I had to make one, would just be happier. You know what I'm saying?
Be
Just
happier.
understand that people are people, and just and the big one for me, which I've been trying to do this for years, is stop expecting you out of people. Because whereas I would make shit where I understand I wouldn't make excuses if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. But I've dealt with people in every walk of life; they will find the slightest excuse of why this can't happen. Like I remember one chick I was interested in dating. She told me straight up, she was just like, for our safety or whatever, because I live in Florida, and a
Okay.
hurricane warning was coming, and she was just like, for our safety, I think we should just reschedule. My ass thinking, I'm like, hell no, fuck that storm. I said I want to see you today. I got a specific bottle that you like. I want to see
Right.
your ass today. Fuck that. So
I love
she
that.
didn't appreciate that. So
Why does she appreciate that?
I don't know why she didn't appreciate that, but it is what it is. I think she's just one of the ones that just follow me on Instagram and call it a day. So I don't know why she didn't appreciate that.
Because you was like, once you show that intent, you show that you're dedicated. Like, no, 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 it doesn't matter. Come rain, sleet or slow, rain, sleet or snow. I'm here for you. I'm with the shits. Someone
And
should
then
appreciate that.
she didn't appreciate that, and then she kind of, because she was texting me at the time. She was like, "Oh, you kind of have attitude." I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm over here driving." So I'm like, "You text me at a time where I'm driving, so I got to give you quick little one liner responses, and then
Facts.
you took it the wrong way." So it
Oh
is.
my gosh.
People gotta learn this to have thicker skin, though.
That's a fact. Communication is so hard to do, and then like if it's either you too like that person's too sensitive, or like it's just like you damned if you do, damned if you don't, or you don't communicate enough, or you communicate too much. Why are you messaging me so much, or why are you messaging
Mhm.
me too? It's like I'm doing all this, excuse me, for you. I'm trying to
Yeah,
like I'm reaching out to you. Like I'm sorry, I'm driving, physically can't message you as well as I want to. So give me a break. Whatever
yeah.
happened to like all right.
Only thing I can say about her is that, and I think she saw me at some event, but she ain't speak. So I ain't make no effort to speak to her, and she ain't make no effort to speak to me. So I said it is what it is.
After that, after that conversation,
Yeah, but this was like a year later or something like that. We saw each other, and it's just,
that's so
it's just,
rude.
yes, it is rude, but yeah, what can you do if you can't control people?
Mm, mm.
You can't control people. You just got to keep it moving. Show that they ain't stopping nothing.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned from an ex, like in general?
Okay, you gonna have to answer that question after, but the biggest lesson I learned,
Oh
the
no.
biggest lesson I learned is to don't be afraid to speak my mind and don't let them
Mm.
leave angry. And I learned that from the ex I told you about on your
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to speak your mind and don't let them leave you upset. Like, look, if you
Mm.
feel some type of way, like if conflict happens and you're wanting space,
Yeah.
oh, you might have hit the door. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, and I learned that you can't like let them leave angry because they're gonna hold on to that, and that might just push them back into the arms of their sorry ass ex.
But is that on you though? If they go back to that ex,
No, that ain't on me. That's just them just not being over their
being
ex,
yeah. So I
and
don't feel like
that's
that's
just
on
not
you.
them not being over their ex, and they're waiting for me to fuck up so that they have an excuse to go
Mm.
back to that ex.
That's a fact.
What's the biggest thing you learned from your exes?
That it's okay to choose myself.
Hello.
It's okay to choose myself, and that like for like I remember like having mental issues, not mental, physical issues. I don't know why I said mental issues. I'm fine. I'm mentally okay. Physically,
Mhm.
I remember going to like having stress and strain on my heart, and to the point that I was feeling pain in my chest and my back and in my side over like a particular ex, and I had to go get hospitalized because I
Oh,
was putting,
damn.
yeah, I was so strained in putting so much effort into that particular individual that I wasn't getting that type of like care back. Whew. I just realized it's okay to say no, and it's okay to just put yourself first. It's okay to be selfish.
Yes,
It's
that is.
okay to be selfish.
Yes, that definitely. Listen, it's okay to be selfish for everybody. Like, if also I gotta tell you, if people are tell you to hold on to this person, hold on to them for what? If they fucking up my mental health, then you gotta let them go. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact. And why are people having these opinions in your relationship?
Sometimes because you allow them and you value their opinion, they kind of take advantage of it. Because man, there was so many people I could have told you about. Because one of my homegirls wanted me to hold on to somebody that just wasn't good for me. That it's like every time they called me, they needed something. Eventually, I just got to the point I'm like, okay, fuck this bitch. You know, look, you ain't giving me what I need, and you're always calling me when you're sick or you
Facts.
hungry. Like you calling me asking for McDonald's. Like you can take your ass up to McDonald's. Shit, fuck that.
Wait, they called you okay. So hey, women ain't shit, right? To a certain degree. To a certain degree. I'm not saying please don't use that one part that says women ain't shit because like seriously, it's some women ain't shit.
No, I understand. I understand that some women ain't shit and that some men ain't shit. Honestly, in reality, everybody ain't shit. But the real question is, do you like them enough to still deal with them? That's the honestly the real
That's
question.
a fact. It sounds like you were the fool guy. There's certain guys that women will keep on retainer and reach out to if they want something. Like for instance, like they'll reach out to the person who they know is like, oh, I'm really hungry, and then the person will like, you want me to get you some food? And then there's the toxic ex who they know like is only good for dick, and they're hoping that the person will change, so they'll still hang on and like give them time of day. Then there's like different men that women keep around.
Ooh, wow, she is giving y'all game, y'all. She is putting y'all on game.
I feel like a snitch. I feel like I'm
No,
betraying
no,
them.
no. Please don't feel like extending. No, you are helping some brothers out there. You are helping some brothers to stop being simps out here, you know.
I'm saying because there are literally women who have like certain guys on their roster that are there for particular things. Like they have the guy that like there's like that one guy who will always like put hard eyes under their pictures on their social media, knowing they won't give them a time of day, but that's just someone to like boost their ego.
But only one I gotta figure out is which one is she giving the pussy to. That's the one we need to figure out.
You'll never know.
Oh, damn.
Because like I feel like in this day and age the women of this generation they're so into secrecy, like no face no case type of situations. They won't show their partners until like the person that they really want to be with until like they're engaged or they're married.
Damn,
Like that's what I'm seeing amongst my friend group. Like I'm seeing a
it's
lot
like
of
I
that.
respect the secrecy, but you know what? And also, this goes back to the last episode I did with 35-year-old woman. Shout out to Shan from She Gets It podcast, which was the birthday episode. I respect
Nice.
the hell out of her for saying straight up, like, if I don't want nothing from a man, I'm just gonna cut him off. Like, even if he offers, if I don't see myself like him enough to do for him, I'm just gonna cut him off. It's like the older you get, the more you respect the women that will just simply reject you because they don't like you, compared to the women that will just hold on to you because they see a benefit in you. And it's like, hell,
That's a
even if it's
fact.
just fucking you, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They will still cut you off because they don't see that benefit outside of you. So the older you get, you tend to really respect the women that just don't waste your time.
Yes. Shout out to her. What's her
Yeah.
podcast?
It's called She Gets It Podcast. She also got another one called Crazy Womb Podcast.
Okay. It's a crazy what?
Crazy Womb Podcast because she has 2 kids, so I'll see your profile and stuff, So
Perfect. I'll definitely follow her. I'm weak. I love that for her because that's a fact. Like it makes no sense to be entertained. Like I guess in her grown ass age, she's like, I'm not here for the bullshit. I'm not here for the games. Well, I communicate with someone if I know I'm not really gonna like get anything out of it. Good for her, cause like not a lot of women are strong enough to do
yes,
that.
not a lot of, and I've seen that for myself. Not a lot of y'all are stronger than that, and I found that I'm just like, look, I got more respect for the woman that tell me, hey, this just ain't working for me. I wish you well, than the ones that will just waste your time and stuff. Leading
Yeah.
you on. And so what I found is some people that will just still lead you on and stuff, try to pose with you because you know what? What I found is if you with them, it'll attract the attention of their ex. I'm like, seriously?
Why do they? So is that like a common practice? That is that a common thing that for you specifically? Like if you're dating someone and then they like fall off, all of a sudden they back with their ex type of thing. Is that like a common
Sometimes
thing?
I've seen that happen number of times. I'm like, I remember one chick I started
Wow.
talking to her, and then the ex that broke up with her via text message all of a sudden reappears. But you know,
Why is it that you are the fallback? Like you're not the fallback. Why is it that they use you as like it's not the you're not the rebound, but like
I guess
because
they see I'm not on no bullshit, or saying I'm
right.
straight up. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can't really harp on them reasons. I'm just saying, like Drake and 21 Savage album, it's her loss. I'm just gonna call it a day.
Real shit. Real shit. You almost done with your drink. I'm struggling right here. I said, let me hold on to some water.
You good, you
And
good, you good. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, now you good right now. Now if you come to Orlando and do episode with me in person, I might not look at you like you crazy, but people around me that maybe see me record, they might look at you like something.
oh no.
You
oh
good
no.
though, you good though, you know what I'm saying? But hey, if you want to come down to Orlando and record, you just let me know. We'll set
Oh, that's
something
a
up,
fact. I will let me know what your listeners think because I already know my listeners are gonna love you. So I want like let me know if your listeners what your listeners think. I'd be happy to come on anytime. And I know for a fact I think I'm going to Mississippi and then I'm going to Orlando. So as soon as I head over there, we out.
Hey, when you come to Florida, it's game on, baby. It's game on.
We
So
out.
just expect the unexpected and just hey, it's game on. But listen, what is your Christmas message for the people?
What is my Christmas message? Um the only thing that comes to mind is give gifts to the people that you will bring with you in 2023.
Oh, that's a good one. Hey, you just dropped the mic right there. That's the mic drop one right there. That's a real one because sometimes you can do things for people and then they ain't fucking with you no more in 2023 or 2024. So that's a real one.
Like I understand there's been people that I've personally seen who will like give gifts just to like look a certain type of way, like, or they'll try to like, oh, I want to keep this person as my friend, so like I'll do it. No, if you know for a fact that they're not going to bring you over into 2023 or you guys don't have that understanding, don't even bother. Celebrate the people that celebrate you and give to those people that will give back to you.
That's real. That's real. And last, we're gonna close that episode with this. Why do people need to subscribe to the Exes Anonymous podcast?
If you're ready to have conversations about healing, ooh, and you took that to the head. I ain't doing that with this. No, but
I
you.
didn't. Hey, listen. Just go ahead and tell the people why they need to subscribe to your podcast.
um, if you're ready to listen to conversations about healing, to hear about some messiness, to hear about the drama, to hear about the tea, to hear about growing pains when it comes to like being in relationships. Everybody has an ex. Everybody has a circumstance that from dealing with someone completely that's new in their life, and they brought them into their lives trusting them, and then all of a sudden they like played them in a certain type of way, or you thought you could give so much of yourself and you thought you could change them. Whatever the story is, I promise you those type of conversations are in my podcast. So I would love for you to like join in that journey. And if you just want to hear the drama is crazy there. The drama and the tea is there. But if you're definitely looking for a conversation to have a safe space, come on the show. And I'd be happy to have those type of conversations with you. And if you just want to hear, you just want to be a fly on the wall while you're like driving to work, whatever the case may be, I'm here. So definitely subscribe.
That's real. Please subscribe, y'all. Isis, I want to thank you for blessing the Liquor Talk on the Christmas episode. I appreciate it. I'm blessed to have you on. You're a beautiful soul.
Thank
You
you.
definitely get it. You know, you're the one black. I feel like you're one black woman that gets it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate it. And whenever you're ready to have me on again, remember I might be in Florida, but I'm just one DM away. So I
That's a fact.
appreciate you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? And blessing to look and talk with your presence. And you out there, the listeners, I want to thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for getting lit with us. Thank you for joining us on Liquor Talk. I hope you guys have a safe and Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate. Remember
Facts.
to go ahead and like and subscribe this wherever you get your podcast. I want to thank you all. Until next time, we out this motherfucker. Deuces, y'all. Deuces.